Hello everyone, welcome back to Business Central Musings. I am introducing today a new blog slash video series in which I will be covering topics related to the Developer Associate Certificate for Business Central. That exam was in beta at the beginning of the year, and it's been a few months now since it's out of beta, and I think it's time for us to go through a few of the topics included in that exam. That exam is MB-820, and we're going to have a look at what's included in that exam. I am here on the first page of the exam, Microsoft Certified Dynamics 365 Business Central Developer Associate, and there are a bunch of lessons. The one I'm going to focus on is this one: prepare for an easy application upgrade experience in Business Central. Why? Is because there is really not much coding, and to be honest, not much knowledge around the first three. Though you should cover it, you should read through it, and I think the first important one is prepare for an easy application upgrade. And the content here is basically the focus is here on upgrades, but what we're going to focus mostly as developers will be create proper installation and upgrade Codeunits. And then I'm going to be talking a little about data transfer. I have another video and another blog on data transfer, and I will include it in the description so you can review that one, and a little bit about upgrading the rest of the apps, because Business Central is a block of let's say a Lego block of different pieces, and some belong to Microsoft, some belong to ISVs, and some belong to Microsoft partners, and everybody does changes to all this, so we have upgrades at all levels. The resulting environment is your environment and is made up of all these upgrades. We're going to have a quick look at the admin center, where you can push an extension that you have installed it and downloaded and you paid for it through AppSource. And in this video we're going to have a look at how we can write installation and upgrade Codeunits. So that's covering the PTEs, our PT, as a partner or as a developer, AL developer. We're going to also have a look at how Microsoft does it. Yeah, in the end, once you've been taking care of your piece, Microsoft has taken care of their piece, and ISVs also took care of their piece. Then you go to the admin center, and for each environment, you can manage the apps by pushing a new version from an ISV that's going to be pulled from the app source, or you can install a PT yourself through extension management, or you can install a PT, a global or an app source extension yourself through the extension management page. And there is also another page that allows you to see what's in AppSource, but this time is stored in Business Central. Let's get going. Let's look at how we can create an install and an upgrade Codeunit. Let's quickly go through the lesson, create proper installation and upgrade Codeunits. And we see the scaffolding of the Codeunit that's of type subtype install, and we see two triggers: OnInstallAppPerCompany and OnInstallAppPerDatabase. Then we see some code around those two, actually only around OnInstallAppPerDatabase. OnInstallAppPerDatabase trigger calls handle fresh install, handle reinstall, and then you have some explanations here for those two functions. Then the upgrade consists of, like, this is how the scaffolding of the upgrade Codeunit, the subtype is upgrade. Then we have a trigger on check preconditions per company, and then another trigger on upgrade per company, and then on validate upgrade per company. And when all is done, we need to look at upgrade tags. That's another point that we're going to cover today. And when is the code executed? And that's pretty much covered in the on upgrade per database or on upgrade per Codeunit per company. The tags, Microsoft manages in a very interesting way the various upgrades it ran on the base app, and we're going to look at how they do it, and we're going to try to simulate and copy basically the same behavior in our extension. A section here based on checking the context of when the upgrade runs. And yeah, let's see now an example. And I prepared one project with install and upgrade Codeunits. I'm gonna clone it in VS Code, and let's have a look at what we have here. So I thought of the following example, the following use case. My extension will introduce a new custom table called custom setup. It has a field PK, primary key. It has an integer, number of retries. It has a default URL, a code field, and then it has a field of type enum. The installation is going to happen during the installation. We're going to trigger a few, we have a few triggers that get fired. One is OnInstallAppPerCompany, and if it's initial install, we run install per company function or method, and in this function or in this method we basically initialize the record in custom setup table. And of course the app can be uninstalled later on, and then it can be reinstalled. And if that's happening, then we won't be in version 0000 because we already had a version installed and then uninstalled. But then maybe in version 1006 we want to reinstall it again, and that will cause the if to go on the else branch where we have the case, and here we have the function reinstall per company, and the reinstall per company is just going to initialize the custom setup record as it is shown here. If the user uninstall the app with delete, so basically deleted data, then the custom setup table won't exist, therefore we can insert it. But if it's still there, we will modify it with these new values, and we can put a different value here, but that would be basically an example of how an install code unit would look like. We're installing per company. There is another trigger, install per database. Installing per database is very rare. I haven't seen a lot of examples. There is a property that you can assign to a table to make that table unique per database. So it's not stored at the company level, but it's stored at the database level, just like in Nav and also in Business Central. We have, for example, the table user, for example. User is not per company, it is their database. So that would be the install code unit. The upgrade code unit has this property here, setup subtype is upgrade, and in my example here I have I'm using the onUpgrade per company because I installed the table per company, and I'm changing the data in that custom setup table. Maybe initially in version 1.000 you want certain values, then you alter your extension, you change maybe enums, you change default values, you might change URLs that are used by your extension, and you can reset those values in the custom setup table during this onUpgrade per company. I have here two methods, upgrade custom setup and upgrade custom setup again. Maybe here in version 1.001 I had this code, but then maybe in version 23.5.0.0 I have another change, and I'm gonna just keep adding a new line here. It doesn't mean that if the both methods will be executed, I mean they will be executed, but on the upgrade custom setup we have here a check of an upgrade tag, because when we initially run upgrade custom setup, let's say in version 1.000, we are marking the company and a tag for this first function, upgrade custom setup, and we keep it, we store this upgrade combo company upgrade tag into the upgrade tags table, and this is done here in the set upgrade tag. We can have a look here, go to definition, set upgrade tag called set upgrade tag by the implementation code unit, and then here set upgrade tag for company, and you can see we have a record upgrade tags. We validate the tag with the value we receive, the timestamp, the company for which we applied, and we inserted this upgrade tags. And then when maybe and then the upgrade tag is this one here, I have actually two tags because the upgrade code unit had two functions, two methods: upgrade custom setup. Upgrade custom setup calls checks the get custom setup tag. Get custom setup tag returns this string, whereas upgrade custom setup again returns this string, which you can see they are different. So with each upgrade, with each method, we record an upgrade tag for this one, upgrade tag for this one. If one of the upgrade tags was already executed in a prior release, then we're going to exit when we check for that prior tag. So we're not going to execute it again. And then is the meat of this upgrade code unit, which is called here upgrade custom setup. The meat is here. We're checking the version. If it's 1004, then we are trying to get the record, and if we get it, we are modifying it. And then if it's maybe a different version, we're doing something else here. And then at the end, once we reach the set upgrade tag, we're recording the tag and the company combo in that upgrade tags record. And similarly with the other function, we just check now for a different tag. And you can add more functions here. As you need to change your data, you can add another function. Let's the other thing I want to cover in here is what's happening if we want to debug. We can do that, but first let's download the symbols. And we see them coming here in the AL packages. And let's have a look at the VS Code, because I want to show you here one of the configurations. This is when we downloaded the symbols
from makeusuf.com. A router showing a red light can mean different things, like a service outage, misconfiguration, or loose connection, all of which can lead to a broken internet connection.
The first configuration, I used it to download the symbols. I can use it to debug the application, but for debugging the install and the upgrade code units, you would need a secondary configuration. And you notice what is different here is the request is attached, whereas in the first one, for the normal debugging, the request is launch. Also, we have one of the JSON properties here. breakOnNext is set to webServiceClient. So what we do is we first we use this command AL command palette or AL command debug without publishing, and we're hooking up to that configuration for Codeunits upgrade Codeunits debugging to actually install it. But before we install the application, let's set up a few breakpoints. One here. Let's set up a few breakpoints, one here and one in the upgrade Codeunit. And we can now publish extension without building. And we see the breakpoint stopping on the OnInstallAppPerCompany. True. Obviously, there was nothing installed before, therefore the data version basically is 00. There is nothing there. Therefore, we run through the if returns true in this case. Inserting this is gonna be company. We're gonna init the nothing happened here. We can see it's false. The upgrade tag was never recorded, and this is the context in which we have the execution happen. We have here a line. Currently the line, the compiler line is on line 36, and we can see here we're checking the environment if we are in the context of an upgrade and the tag does not exist, then go in and we log to the we do some telemetry logging here, and also in the session we're logging the tag does not exist. So we're coming back to our main function here, which was upgrade custom setup. So we're back here, and we find we are now the values, and we set the upgrade tag. I skipped over, but basically this is going to insert in the upgrade tag record in the upgrade tag data table. We go through the second method, upgrade method, and therefore we exit. It's very interesting why we have more companies. We're going to look at that second method. Yes, this one. I want to see here what is happening. So we're going to skip over the first one. The problem with this function here, upgrade custom setup again, was that when I checked for get custom setup tag 2, this tag existed, and existed because I had another app that I used to prepare this demo, and it is in here, extension management. It's this one, AL project 76, and this is the current one we have. So upgrade tags is a table that has as primary key the tag, which is a text, and the company. And if you run an upgrade tag and insert it for a company, and then you do just like I did, changing the application ID in app.json, you give it a different ID, and you run the same code, the system doesn't know where that tag came from, because it doesn't have the app ID as a primary key, which, I mean, what are the chances of having the same upgrade tag coming from two companies, for the same company, the same upgrade tag, and two different apps? Well, it could be, but I think Microsoft thought that it cannot happen. Therefore, and the record is upgrade tags. And if we look at the definition, yeah, the primary key is the tag and the company. Therefore, if you have two apps in the same environment, two different apps in the same environment but with the same tag, only the first one will be installed. If the code is structured in a similar fashion with this. But yeah, chances are the tags won't be the same, and the reason why is they won't be the same because you're going to have the vendor, you're going to have a version, so yeah, not very worried about it. So yes, these are the upgrade Codeunits, and these are the install Codeunits, and if we were to look again at the MB-820, we mostly covered this piece here. Data transfer, as I said, is I have a video on it. Data transfer data type allows for bulk copy in an efficient way. Many jobs we looked a little here. So in the environments, you choose your environment, and then you choose your apps, and you're going to have here the state of the app, if it's if there is a new version, like in this case, or not. If there is no new version, it will be reported here as up to date. That's for app source and Microsoft extensions. For partner extensions or PTE, you can use the extension management page to push your extensions. This is it. This is the first lesson for MB in preparation of MB-820. The next one is gonna come soon, but until then, cheers, and I'll see you soon.